Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and now we know the chilling last words of Jeffrey Epstein. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. I think a lot of you guys are with me. There's more to this Epstein story. I don't know who's covering it up, and I don't know why. But you can't tell me there's not more to this story. The evidence is overwhelming that there's more to this story. And if there's not, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? She's in prison, and Epstein was in prison because there's a mountain of evidence. And for some reason, they don't want you and me to see it. Now, be that as it may, there was reporters in touch with Jeffrey Epstein. There was people like Michael Wolff, who was writing a book, who was in touch with Jeffrey Epstein. And Michael Wolff was in regular communication with Epstein, texting back and forth and what have you. And the last text that Wolff got from him, and it's eerie and ironic, and this is the last known communication we know of from Jeffrey Epstein. Could he have said words to a guard, another inmate, anybody after the fact? That could have happened, sure. But these are the last words we know of Jeffrey Epstein. Michael Wolff asked him what he was doing, or how he was, how things were going, and Epstein responded with, and you got to understand why this is so chilling. Quote, still hanging around, end quote. A couple hours later, Epstein was found hanging in his cell. Part of me wonders if Epstein sent that text message. I know it sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, but gosh, that message is just too perfect. It fits too perfect to then what happened to him a couple hours later. I don't know what to make of it. I will say there's more to the Epstein story, though, and we have that for you here. So I want you to watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
Be revealed.
Then we have interviews with former mobsters who actually was in the same jail as Epstein and had kind of a shocking claim. Watch.
Jeffrey Epstein would have to be a magician to try to hang himself in that cell. I was in that cell. There's no way there's nothing on the ceiling. The bedpost is this high. I couldn't even go to a restroom without them walking back and forth and having me on camera. There's no way he committed suicide.
Tom.
And Pam Bondi yesterday said that video they released isn't conclusive.
But it's a reset. That minute is a regular reset of the system.
And they're still looking for that minute. And to release video that doesn't show what happened in the cell isn't terribly persuasive. I'm not sure what they were expecting there. The fact is there are two competing forensic investigations, one by Epstein's family, which suggests that it was a homicide, and one by the examiner up in New York. He says it was a suicide. So given those issues, to say because the video doesn't show one way or the other whether someone went in there, to conclude, oh, well, there's nothing to investigate, seems odd. And they also said, we're not going to give you any more documents. Mm-hmm. And kind of with this, well, when there are too many conspiracy theories out there. And I don't like to be dissed like that. And Americans, I think by and large, have questions about Epstein. And to be told that,
he said that. I think Kash Patel made that point like a year before being nominated. But still, I think this all adds to the swirl of a bit of confusion about this and doubt. And again, the government only, I think, engenders trust among the American people with full transparency. So when Pam Bondi, and everyone knows how much I like Pam Bondi, I like her a lot. But when she says, well, those are basically never going to see the light of day. Well, who was it? Downloaded child porn, or were there individuals engaged in acts with children? That's the question, I think. And unless either of you know what the definitive answer is, I don't know.
They talk about 1,000 victims. So was Epstein the only victimizer for that number of victims? I don't think so.
Well, just again, in general, there have